Mason. How is everybody? Hope you're all well. And I hope you're paying attention to the public safety rules around the coronavirus, like wearing the mask and washing your hands and social distancing. It's important now because we're seeing light at the end of the tunnel. I don't like to use cliches, but I believe that's appropriate. And more people are getting the vaccines. That's great. That's excellent. So we keep the momentum going by following the safety protocols, the mask wearing and all that. We do that within a few months. We'll beat the coronavirus. And there's one virus that has appalled me for so long. The racism embedded in our society and in our history. It's like it's there in plain sight and we don't see it. We have the trial of Derek Chauvin, the police officer in Minneapolis, charged with the killing of George Floyd. We have the recent incident of an African American police army lieutenant, a second lieutenant in the United States Army, in his camo fatigues, with his insignia, pulled over by two cops in Virginia, and pepper sprayed for what? Some silly reason? Because the license plate's not quite right? Come on. And now the most recent one, the young man in a suburb close to Minneapolis. And the woman police officer said that she thought she was getting her taser when it was actually her revolver. I don't know if that's true or not. But it's not credible to a lot of people. Of course, communities of color have every right to protest the abuse and mistreatment and violence that has been handed to them, such as the violence against Asian American people. Because our genius commander-in-chief, the last guy, thought it'd be cute that instead of trying to seriously deal with the coronavirus, like mandating masks and social distancing and all, kept cracking wise about the Kung flu and the China virus, thereby scapegoating an entire ethnic group in this country. Many of them good, hard-working people, some of them in the military service of our country. A disgrace. And it seems to be a tendency in this country. If anything goes wrong, if any social ill is addressed, such as the mistreatment of workers, the poverty in the cities, racial discrimination, you can bet that has been attributed to some foreign entity, be it a foreign state or some international cabal, such as to talk about the learned elders of Zion, that Hitler just loved that, along with the ravings of Henry Ford. It's like they couldn't. The people leading our country at the local up to the federal level just can't comprehend that these problems are taking place here in this country. They don't understand that it's people in this country that are suffering. It's all happening in this country. And people with no resources but their own collective working together are protesting this. But they don't want to deal with that. They just want to cook up a Red Scare. And the Red Scare has been going on way long before the Soviet Union was formed. It was in labor organizing in the 1870s during the Molly Maguires in northeastern Pennsylvania, where I'm from, the old anthracite coal region. It was an attempt by Irish-descended coal mine workers to organize into a union for the improvement of their lives. But the coal barons and the politicians and judges they had in their pocket, and the police they had in their pocket, kept talking about this as from a foreign source. And there was the Red Scares of after World War I and World War II, when all protest activity, be it of workers or African Americans or women or LGBT people, is said to have been directed by the Kremlin. Is there a reason for not wanting to deal with it? But we will deal with it. Through our collective energy, through our collective intelligence, through our collective will, we can and will address these issues. And I believe this is an appropriate time to talk about the failure of the union vote at the Amazon warehouse in Bessemer, Alabama. Of course, I must accuse the Amazon management, Jeff Bezos on down, the $200 billion man. You can count on them to pull any dirty trick in the book, along with the union busting firms they hire. Something shady went on, and we will address it. And the beautiful thing about the labor movement is we do not give up. We do not surrender. The coming together of working people into unions for the mutual benefit has been a driving force in much social change in this country. And the strong, well-organized union labor has been the mainstay of the American economy. It developed the middle class so that a guy who gets some works in a Ford plant, who didn't graduate from high school, can send his kids to college and get a nice home in the suburbs and retire to a nice, comfortable period in his life. One job did that. Now it takes both partners in a marriage to working 4 jobs to just get just above water. I believe that Joe Biden has the interests of the American people at heart. Let's help him along. Let's let him know what we think. Let's tell him the problems we are facing as Americans, as working people. We can do it. And we're not going to allow any corruption or repressive voting laws, as in Georgia and so many other states in the country where the legislatures are dominated by Republicans. We won't let that turn us around, as the old civil rights song goes. Ain't gonna let nobody turn me around. Not Amazon management, not the Georgia legislature, nobody. Okay. And now it's time for me to advertise Hemperific LLC. They're a lovely little a CBD product store at 15th and Snyder in South Philadelphia. They have some fine candies and dog treats and dog treats, yeah, cannabis dog treats, and hand sanitizer and drinks, all sorts of things, and coffee. They even have cannabis. You can get cannabis infused coffee there. Look them up. Hemperificllc.com. And also my very good friend Michelle Snow, career coach extraordinaire. She'll urge you along in your quest to improve your career, improve your small business. Tell you where you're doing right, what you need improvement on, and she'll help you network with other small entrepreneurs to push your business forward. Please look her up. growwithsnow.com. That's it for me now. And next week, there'll be more to come. The gloves are off, the fight is on. Now I'm in it to win it. Thanks. Bye.